Third.
And
Teal.
You know what it is, man. You're locked in the Third and Teal where they keep it real. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today. Third and Teal, baby, and I'm out. Let's go.
All right, Third and Teal live again. We got the main, the only, the crew. We are the crew. We are them. This AFC South show trying to poach my boys. They have both of them on there, so go check that out. Make sure you support. Thanks to you guys for always being there to fill in for me whenever we need to kind of make shit happen and move shit around. With that out of the way, Trevor, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's going? Whew, there was already burped one time this episode. How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing good. But before we go any further, I want to say, Trevor, stand up and show what you got on, man. I like that. That's sharp right there. That's pretty cool, man. I like that. Yeah. So, we need to get some merchandise. That's what we need to do. But yeah, there you go, Trevor. Represent. Ooh, I almost said it. I caught myself. But yeah, we doing good.
So,
boy, talking about controversy, right?
What's up, Tucker?
Man, we would have gotten thrown off real fast.
I mean, it'd have been better than me or Trevor saying it. So, I mean,
that's true.
I think we'd have been okay.
I was about to say, but I think actually you're allowed.
Yeah. Let's not push that boundary, okay? This is a new time.
Man, it's what a season. I mean, this is not at all where we thought we'd be this point of the year. I know I keep saying that. I put the title forced retirement. I mean, there's a real chance that we win this game, and old St. Rodgers decides to hang it up. Could be another kill, on the Jaguars' belt for old quarterbacks. That'd be pretty funny to me. But, alas, I don't really, believe in any moral victories here. I will say Jarian Jones has emerged as he's gotten more reps as my probably second favorite player on the defense. Behind, I got love for Trayvon Walker. I love, his story. I love how like him as a person. Jarian is right there behind him though. That dude, you hear him talk and he is all football. He clearly studies his film. You hear him talking about his two plays, the one where he absolutely dogged Ridley on that fake out juke in. And then whenever he got the sack, the very next play, that you could tell that guy live, breathes, eats, sleeps football. And I absolutely love him. I mean, he just says all the stuff that no one else will. And I don't give a shit about no moral victories. We just trying to win. That's what I like to hear. So, there's a couple of bright spots that we've got to build on for the future. And I like seeing them get some more and more reps. And these are guys that like weren't really getting reps earlier in the season. Mason Smith, Jarian Jones, guys that we could tell in camp were clearly the guys, or at least like the next level of guy. And then, we just haven't been seeing them. I don't know if that's Balky and Doug Beef. I don't know if that's Balky and what's his name Beef Nielsen. Like I don't know what's going on with that, why we had guys healthy scratches or not getting reps. But here we are, end of the season.
End of the season. And like we say, let them play. It's time to let them play. God dang.
There's no reason to hold anybody back at this point.
None whatsoever. So let's let them play. But my main guy on defense, I know everybody overlook him and nobody really pays attention, but he's been doing his thing this year, and that's Devon Hamilton. I love Devon Hamilton,
dude,
man.
The amount of disrespect on him and the rest of the interior defensive line this year is criminal. People are, we need to take that Graham kid with the first overall pick. I'm like, we have a D tackle? Are you serious? We got Devon Hamilton, who's been playing good, and they're like, oh, none of our interior defensive line would start anywhere else after I named him off. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Devon Hamilton has been great this season. So the thing about Devon Hamilton is he doesn't have the pass rush stats to make him a top tackle. but he's 5th in tackles and 5th in stops with 27 this season.
Mm-hmm.
He weighs 340 pounds. He's not a pass rusher. He's a nose tackle / D tackle. That's not what he's supposed to do. People are like, oh, I need someone with a little more pass rush. Yeah, let's take another fucking 300-pound D tackle who's 6'3" or 6'2", whatever he is. Stupid. We got Mason Smith, who's looked good when he's played. We got Jordan Jefferson, who's gotten quality reps. We got Eric Armstead whenever a actual competent regime gets here and puts in a solid defense where he's not going outside the tackle every play. We have and Mason Smith. What, he was a 2nd-round pick? Jordan Jefferson, 4th-round pick. We got Eric Armstead, who we just paid for a 3-year deal. Devon Hamilton still has another year on his deal. We just signed Tyler Lacey, or not Tyler. We got Tyler Lacey for another year. We just signed Ledbetter to a 3-year deal. Cheap, but we still signed him. We have so much capital invested in D tackle. I can understand edge rusher. I can understand taking an edge rusher in the 1st round because we have Josh Trayvon and it falls off. And that's honestly a big reason why Eric Armstead's even getting reps outside the tackle is because we have no one else. The guys we have there are, we have Deshaun Dixon, who I don't think he's been elevated a single time in his career with us. We have fucking Azir Abdullah, who is really, he was an edge rusher in college, but he's not an edge rusher in the NFL. He's too small. And if he's not, we just don't let him get enough reps to really show that he's not too small is another problem. He never gets on the field, ever. I see him once or twice a game.
Who's this again?
Azir Abdullah.
Oh yeah, they put him out there. They put him at end though. They put him at end and tackle. Actually, I've seen him at tackle too though.
Yeah, they're in the speed formations. That's what I'm saying though. But in the NFL, he's 6'2", 256 pounds. He's a speed rusher, but he's not the same type of rusher that a Yannick Ngakoue was. That was that size. Unique, he was 6'1", 6'2", 250-ish pounds, but he was a fearsome finesse rusher. Yasir Abdullah tries to play with power and everything, which is great. He's a strong dude for his size, but you can't do that against a 6'7", 350-pound tackle.
Well, you can't do that. But that's something we talked about. That's something we talked about last show.
Oh, absolutely.
That all our defensive linemen, that's all they want to do, power rush.
Yep.
Remember we talked about that. So yeah. So maybe it's what they being taught as part of their technique.
Absolutely. And people too, they're like, oh, people gash us for 4 or 5 yards a clip when they run up the middle. I'm like, yeah, because if you actually watch the film, we have our dudes outside of the guards every play. No one's ever over the center. We never have somebody in the center. And then when we do, we stop them. And he's like, oh, these guys are getting pushed back. They're really not. There's just nobody in the middle to do anything,
Nope, we're leaving the first 5 yards wide open on purpose.
Yep, because they want to leave it to the linebackers to cover 3 linemen themselves. What are we doing? It's just why are we going to invest a 1st-round pick who we owe $39 million right off the rip and a signing bonus and 4 or 5 years of their time and everything at D tackle when we need edge rushers,
everything else.
We need safety, we need corner, we need offensive linemen, we need wide receivers. We don't have the luxury to waste a top 10 pick or a top 5 pick at a position where we're 6 guys deep.
Right.
It makes no sense. But I digress. But yes, Devon Hamilton, love that guy. He's been playing well this season. I'd love to see D-Ham back on the field, getting good quality reps. Love seeing Mason Smith out there getting good quality reps. Jordan Jefferson, Tyler Lacey, they're all getting in the mix, and I'm happy to see it. Again, maybe we get a defensive coordinator with their head on their shoulders next year. We actually get somebody, to put Eric Armstead back inside of the tackles. That would be very nice. But we'll just have to see, man. It all depends on who's here.
Please do.
It all depends on who's here and who's picking, man. Because if Balky is here, we're absolutely getting Travis Hunter if he falls to us.
Yep.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to have him on your team. I think there's better options for where we're picking, though.
Yeah, Will Johnson would be better for us specifically.
Oh, Will Johnson.
That's what I'm thinking.
One of the wide receivers. It's actually a pure wide receiver. I think if we get Hunter though, we've got to make him play wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I just at corner with dudes like Jamar Chase and BTJ and different guys But the problem is, like, you put him at receiver, he's got to be an outside the numbers receiver. Because you bring him over the middle, he's going to get destroyed. Like, because he's not fast enough to be one of those guys where, like, if he gets the ball over the middle, nobody can catch him. Like, he runs like a 4.4 something. Like, he's fast, but he's not a blazing speed guy like a Tyreek Hill or that kid that came out of Texas last year. Or I guess this season. The one that broke the 40 time record.
Talking about Adonai Mitchell?
No.
You're talking about
the one down in
Xavier Worthy.
Kansas City. Yeah, Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, Worthy.
Yeah, he's not like Worthy. He's not one of those guys that's gonna, like, he's small, but he'll absolutely burn you in a foot race no matter who you are. It's like there's dudes that are 20 to 30 pounds heavier than him that are running the same 40 time as him. I mean, shit, you got Brian Thomas Jr. He's got 3 inches on him, who's got 100 or 225, 30 pounds on him, and it runs faster. It's like you can't have these small guys at corner anymore. And, like, some of them play well, but, like, at the same time, there's clips of from not this year but last year, the dude from Stanford, I believe, that just, like, caught the ball on the back of his helmet and just drug him into the end zone, and he couldn't get off of him. It's like, he's just small, 180 pounds. I can't see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He would need to have an intense off-season program, be closer to 195 to 200 by the season start. And, like, they would need to absolutely make sure that he is not losing any athleticism by putting on that weight, because that's the biggest thing is you bring a guy in and you put 15 to 20 pounds on him. Is he still going to move the same way, or is it going to affect him? And that's the hard part.
Yeah, because we haven't seen him ever bulk up.
No, never. Yeah. He's been 180 is probably the most he's ever played at.
Well, we see what bulking up has done for Josh Allen Hines.
Yeah.
And he need to go back to Josh Allen too.
Yep.
He made all these changes all season, and his game just went blah, 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 blah. Although there may have been some really unrealistic expectations, after his 17 sack season last year. So everybody expected the same thing this year, and no, because everybody looking out for him anyway. So it's Trayvon's year this year, but I don't know. I know everybody's saying but I just don't see where you use a first round pick on Travis. I mean, if you want to put people in the seat, maybe. Yeah,
that's a jersey sales move.
Yeah,
and I don't like jersey sales moves.
Right, but I can't say, especially with what we need right now. If you're not gonna pick him and put him at corner, which is one of our biggest needs, don't waste that pick on him. Yeah, don't waste that pick on him.
I can tell you right now, though, if Balky's still here and Will Johnson runs lower than a 4.4, if he runs in the 4.3 somewhere, we're taking him.
Yep,
because he's 6'2", 205, 210 pounds, and if he's the top corner, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, no, he absolutely is, and if he can run with it too.
Yeah, if he can run under a 4.4, he's that bulky guy. He's got the prototypical length, the size, and the speed. He's basically Brian Thomas Jr. at corner. I think that's the pick. But I think if Hunter puts together a good combine, if he even participates, that might save us as well.
Yeah,
I don't even think he will participate, and if he doesn't, Balky's going to be like, "Oh yeah, you're great. You have all this." Hopefully, it's not Balky. But I'm just saying, like realistically,
in the sense, yeah,
I think he's probably still going to be here next year. Unfortunately, that's going to limit who we have for coaching options. But
oh no, man, I saw something today said Nick Saban. I'm like, oh hell no.
Oh yeah, that was just somebody trying to get clicks. That was stupid. Yeah, with Bill Belichick off the market, Nick Saban, hell no, absolutely not. He doesn't want to coach again. He does not want to coach again,
especially not in the NFL.
No,
we already saw what
his wife would not let him go back to coaching. She runs the show, and she said it was time to retire. That's the only reason he retired. But
really?
Oh, dude. Everybody who knows Nick Saban knows that lady runs that life, baby. She said it's time to come home. I got cookies, bacon, and milk, and we gonna have our custom press box, and
you're gonna sit your ass down.
Yep. No.
Say, come get some of this old cake.
But Mr. Smooth.
Flag on the plate.
So no, I mean, I think what's going to come down to is Bill O'Brien.
No.
Mike Vrabel.
No.
And it depends on how bad Liam Cohen wants to be a head coach.
Now, I would take Brable as a defensive coordinator. I really would. I would take him as a defensive coordinator. But as far as a head coach, nah.
I think that out of all of the coaches that have been somewhere else, I think he's the best option that's on the market currently that like we know of as like top candidates.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, there was a couple years where that Tennessee team was not as good as they played, but the people rally around him.
Well,
but it's all about staff choices, and then of course who the GM is.
Right.
But Liam Cohen is one that I want. He's on my radar. I want him. It all depends on how desperate he is to be a head coach, because if he comes in and he's okay with Balky being here or says that he is, like, my question is, like, if another regime comes in and fails under Balky, like, do they get rid of Balky this time and like see if it was him, or do they leave him around for another time because he's buddies with everybody, or do they get rid of him after this season?
Common sense would say get rid of him after this season, actually. But if they choose to keep him and another regime come in and we have the same result, you done changed everything but the GM. Yep. So that I mean, logically it says get rid of the GM. Yep.
That's what I'm thinking is more of what's going to happen this cycle. I think they're going to bring in a new head coach. Here's the problem. I think if Balky stays, I think that's going to limit who wants to come to Jacksonville, because Balky does not have the best reputation around the league as a GM. A lot of coaches don't want to even be bothered with him. So Sean have to take that in consideration as well. Hey, look, we completely moving in a different direction. Bring somebody else in, the GM, let him choose his guy to come and coach. They're on the same level, and we get this thing rolling. But if Sean just fires Doug and his crew and leaves Balky there, we didn't do anything but made another mess that's going to have to be cleaned up. But think about this. After the last time we saw success, when was the GM fired?
Hell.
Because we had the one good season in 2017.
Right.
Absolute collapse in 2018, and he wasn't fired until 2020.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Balky as the interim, and then he got the job in 21.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, like, it doesn't make sense to fire a GM mid-head coach cycle.
Right.
It makes sense to fire everybody and redo it. But unfortunately, that's not how we do it. But it just, like, I mean, that year was the year that we did. He fired him and by end of the year. But, like, it was all weird how everything happened. I'm hoping Shad Khan. I mean, you don't come into a room as a man and say, "This is the greatest product I've ever put out." Look, and say it was an organizational failure from top to bottom is what stopped us last year. And then you bring back the same organization, and you say, and then we go 3-10 to start the season. And then you're like, well, it was an organizational failure below the GM. No, it's everybody.
It's everybody.
So that's what I'm worried about. Is like, is he actually going to have,
considering he said at the end of last year that the meltdown was a complete organizational failure. He said that. So there's no way in heck that this year should be considered any different.
Well, the fact that he took Balky's word as this is the best team we've ever assembled and then go 3-10, that should be a direct shot at Balky. Like, he should be loaded up, aiming directly at him right now.
I mean, on paper, we do look good. It's just when we go out there on the field.
We got playoff run, 2 players from a team that goes to the playoffs every year. We got Eric Armstead, who just, almost won a Super Bowl and has been there multiple times. We got, all these guys that are so great and so good. And we got these players that were so amazing in college, and they're just not panning out because the coaches suck. It's not me. Like, we just need, like, honestly, like, we need Tony Khan to start working with the team again. because like at least like whenever he was around, like he was fine. He found some good undrafted free agents. Like they credit him with Keelan Cole and some of those other guys that we had that were solid. He had his hands in things, and he's built up the AEW, and like I think he could do something similar for the Jaguars and have his hands in it. But he's got so much success with that, he doesn't want to come back over here. Like, so we need somebody, whether it's Tony Baselli, Tony Khan, somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you got a head coach that don't want to fire the offensive coordinator. He just refuses to do it. Change it at least. Change him. Don't fire him. Change him. He won't even do that.
No.
So yeah, if that is the case, then you have rumors say issues between Doug and Trent as far as who's playing on a weekly basis out of the rookies. I mean, come on, that's chaotic in itself. And how you think these young players feel?
Well, I mean,
especially once they get out there and they perform and they actually do good, and then next week, they inactive, as they call it, a healthy scratch. Why?
Makes no sense.
Exactly.
No, I mean, you got to think about it though. Like, Doug took over play calling allegedly, and we still suck. And so he's like, why not just let Press finish the season? Because
I don't know, man. It's hard to have words for any of it. It's hard to have words for any of it, really, because none of them should be left. None of them. None of them. I mean, we've had 2 years where only one of them was truly successful. And then now we're even worse this year. Clearly, we're regressing, which clearly means Trent Baalke can't draft well. Clearly means that our coaches don't coach well. No, I mean, honestly, let's be real. I mean, if he was drafting super well, it wouldn't be so much on the coaching to make us a good football team. We've got people that tackle the fucking air out there right now. Like, we've got Devin Lloyd that doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Andre Cisco thinks he's a linebacker.
Oh, speaking of that, they said Andre Cisco got benched because he didn't start the last game. That's why they were saying he got benched. But he just didn't start the last game.
Well, you see, it doesn't really make sense, though, because, he's not on the field the first play of the game, but he got more snaps than any other safety on the team, except for Savage, who plays nickel half the time. Like, to me, being benched means, hey, motherfucker, you're getting 20 snaps this week compared to your normal 40 to 60.
Right.
Like, not having, more snaps than you had the last week or equal snaps. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's not getting benched. That's just like, hey, you're not gonna play the first 3 plays of the game, but you're gonna play the rest of it. Like,
Right.
Yeah, but we're benching you.
Yeah.
Benched. Like, it's so dumb.
But I mean, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah, I assumed it was something, but it's just like I just didn't like the numbers just didn't add up for me. It just doesn't make sense.
They still don't.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I know this is supposed to be a preview episode, but every time we really come on here at this point, we're just talking about the future of the team, because really all we can do is hope that we lose out, in my opinion. I know it sucks. Nobody wants to lose, but I also don't want to feel like we did all this losing for nothing. I don't want to do all this losing and then still pick outside the top 10.
Okay, so
honestly, I don't want to do all this losing and pick outside the top 5, because then we really got nothing for it. Then we literally did lose all of this for nothing.
Yeah.
And what is winning right now really prove? Nothing.
But now, see, we gonna go back to something you said earlier. If we, let's say, we just continue to lose out, how's that going to affect the young players? How's that going to affect BTJ? You understand what I'm saying? Because that can have a mental wear on you mentally now.
Well, you put them on the field. You put them all on the field, and you say, just go do whatever the fuck you can do. If you win, you win. Don't lose on purpose. That's not what I'm necessarily saying.
Okay, so that's okay. Okay, you clarifying that. You clearing it up. To be clear, Trevor is not telling the team to go out and lose.
No, but I am saying don't play no more starters other than rookies. Don't play no more starters that aren't rookies. If they're rookies, you play them. Let them keep getting the field time.
Well, it's already in our favor. We got Mac Jones.
And then put all your backups in.
Yeah.
Just put in all your backups. Let them do what they're going to do, man. You'll find out real quick what you got in them.
Yeah, but then again, are you willing to really risk that injury, those injuries?
To backup players, sure.
Yeah, and then you back putting your starters back in, so you defeated your purpose, and you got your backups hurt.
I don't really give a fuck at this point. I mean, we're 3-10.
Okay. Okay.
Honestly, I've got a practice squad full of people that want a chance to play. We're 3-10.
That's true. How many more games left after this one? 3?
3.
2? Yeah, 3. Okay. Yeah.
No, after this one, sorry. After this one, we have 2.
Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, because the rest of the games are like, no, we got the Raiders somewhere in between.
The Raiders are next week.
No, yeah. And then we got Tennessee and Indy, and that'll be it. We're closing with divisional foes. Whoop, 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 whoop.
As always.
Yeah.
I want to be Indianapolis and kill their playoff hopes too.
Yeah, you know what though? That always seems to be the case when it comes down to the end of the season now, which is like the NFL wants it in the script. You know, one team playing for the playoffs and the other team, let's knock them out. And it's always like a divisional type of thing.
Well, shit, we killed the Titans' playoffs hopes last Sunday.
Yeah. Well, that's just payback from when they got us.
Yep. Them losing to us was they're out of contention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part right there.
They're out of contention now.
Yep. Yeah. So, I don't know. But do a quick one. The Jets, because me and Trevor talked about it. Who we got to worry about on the Jets? There's only a few people, right? Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Sauce Gardner. Breece Hall may not even play right now. According to the injury report, he may not even play. So that works in our favor. Garrett Wilson, okay, we know that boy there is bad. That boy, that cat there is something else. But I think what people are forgetting about is Aaron brought his safety crutch over in Devontae Adams. They really hadn't been hit stride yet, but when things get tough, that's who he's gonna look for. So don't sleep on that cat right there.
And Devontae's going to be open.
Yeah, of course. He's just that old veteran that knows how to do it. And of course, you got Aaron. Now, Aaron not the scrambler he used to be because he only ran for 56 yards so far this year scrambling. So he's not the scrambler. So we need to put some pressure on him. We got to get him. Put that pressure. And that bothers me because when we know we have to put pressure on him, we still don't blitz worth of crap. We don't blitz.
I'm going to leave the middle wide open.
Houston.
We set everybody outside the tackles.
The Houston game. First play. We send CJ a message real quick. Pow! We're going to be here all day, baby, all day. And what we do? Back off. Do some crazy crap. Do the same thing to Aaron. Make Aaron uncomfortable back there. Yeah, he a veteran, but damn. And run the ball. We got to run the ball, man. We got to run the ball. We have to. And of course,
I said it on the AFC South show. The key to victory is going to be the run game.
Yeah. As good as the Jets defense is, they're not that good against the run, though. They do have weaknesses against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And run tank. If you're going to put ETN in, use him in the screen plays, in the passing game. Because right now he doesn't have it in the run game coming out the backfield. But if you give it to him on screens and little dump outs, he do more damage that way. He's like another receiver. But the pound the ball, yes, you run Tank. That's why they call him Tank. Get him lathered up and let him start rolling. And see, why can't our coaches figure this part out? And if we had 3rd and 1, please don't run a double reverse.
Yeah.
Don't do that. People think that's that's a bad play. No, that's a mistake that costs you later on in the game. If not at that right there at that moment.
Are you telling me that you shouldn't run a swing pass screen on 3rd and 4?
Hell
to
no.
the weak side of the line?
Or 3rd and 2? Or 3rd and
1? No, you shouldn't.
You mean to tell me that an off-tackle run to the weak side of the line is not what we should be doing on 4th and 3?
No, especially not when everybody's standing looking at you like, yeah, we know what you're about to do. Come on.
You're telling me that when they stack the box that I should throw the ball to BT over top? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me.
No, that doesn't sound right. That's not the Jaguar way. Clearly, you're delusional, sir.
Look. I'm gonna tell you something. I used to play Madden back in the day. Yeah, now I'm not talking about now, y'all, because it wasn't all fancy like it is now. And there was a play I always used, and we've been getting beat by it all year long, and that's the tight end up the seam. That's open every time. And we got 2 tight ends that are really showing out this year, Strange and Ingram. Ingram was going to show out, but Strange is beginning to develop too, to becoming a threat. We don't use them.
No, he gets a 21-yard pass, 30-yard pass, and we never throw it to him again.
Right. Ingram finally has decided to start turning the ball up as soon as he catches it instead of trying to outrun everybody outside, which is good. Kidding. It's good. I'm glad he's learning.
Yeah, he's a fucking stiff arm merchant, always trying to make it to the sideline.
But these are the things that will work, that have been working. But for some reason, we don't do it constantly. We really don't.
Mac has a wet paper noodle arm, and like I said earlier, he can't read a picture book. So,
hey,
there is none of that. Like, bro messed up a screenplay.
Last week, ETN in the passing game, he was killing it.
That's because they left him open on purpose. They knew that Mac couldn't read anything over, and they were just playing bend but don't break. And honestly, it could work again, but I don't think it works on this Jets defense.
It will.
Man.
It can.
I think they're going to know. I think they know that that's all Mac can do.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to come up with something.
The only thing else Mac can do is overthrow BTJ by like 5 yards.
If we run the ball constantly, that's going to open up something downfield.
Mac's like, we're like, Mac, we need a touchdown. He's like, best I can do is a sack on 3rd and 5. Like,
oh Lord. Mac be trying. Just don't throw any more silly interceptions, Mac. That's all I'm saying. Because that one.
Get ready. Sauce Gardner's going to have a career day.
Because I'm like, man, where are you throwing this ball at? Where are you throwing it? Who are you throwing it to? There's no one over there.
I will say this. One thing Mac don't do is give BT the chance to win one-on-one. He ain't doing that shit. Mac said, fuck that. Fuck that. He said, there's a guy over there. Fuck that. Fuck that. Not throwing there. Fuck that.
I think they are. I think we may see actually a little different this week, because I think they're beginning to communicate a little bit more together now, and BTJ is letting them know, look, man, just throw the dang on ball, just throw it. I got it. You just need to throw it. You know,
shit. Mac already said BT's been like that.
Yeah. So do it. Give him a chance. Don't wait till the 3rd quarter. You know, make them make a decision. You gonna load the box, or you gonna double him and let our other receivers eat a little bit. Parker Washington needs to get more involved in the game.
We really need to see what we got in him, man. Like, I think he could be really good, but like, him having a good game here and there. I mean, that's what some scrubs can do. It's like I really need to see more consistency out of him.
If he blasts off the rest of the year, we're not re-signing Kirk. I don't think so.
Yeah,
Kirk's injured. I know that.
I really think they're happy with him so far, but I'm saying we need to see more though, more consistency out of him. You know what I mean? That's what we know what he can do, but we just need more consistency out of him.
Do it every week.
Yeah, exactly. Cephas, hey, get him some touches now. He in, he's on a regular roster. Yeah, so
throw him some jump balls.
If we're gonna do this thing to see what we have, then do it right. Do it right. The offense. Take some chances now. What you got to lose? You're 3-10. What do you have to lose? Right? Take some dang on chances. Throw the dang on ball. Don't do the double reverses though, please. That's not the chance you need to be taking. Don't do that. Okay? Especially when they right there on the line waiting anyway.
I just want to see Joshua Cephas at this point.
So soon as you throw the ball to the receiver and they start doing the reverse, you look up and you got 3 of the defensive linemen in the backfield waiting on him. Where is he gonna go?
I want to see Brian Thomas Jr., Joshua Cephas, and Parker Washington
on the field at the same time.
That's what I want. Yep, that's exactly what I want. Yep, and I want BT on the go route. I want Cephas on the deep end, and I want Parker on a kind of a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out who's about it. And put Ingram on.
What about Elijah Cooks?
Check down. Fuck Elijah Cooks.
Yeah. What about Elijah Cooks?
Yeah. Fuck him.
I think.
Fuck Elijah.
I mean,
no.
He just never takes advantage of the opportunities he gets in like regular season games. Now in preseason he looks good. He does that.
Yeah, he always looks good in preseason. Yeah, like you said. But he comes in regular season. And it's just like, bro, put the groceries in the bag, dude. Fucking bum. Straight bum.
I mean, I feel like if he was the guy, like we've missed so many people over the past couple of years late in the season, and he's just never come in and done anything for us. I mean, he's been on the team for what, 5 years now, 4 years. I mean, he's been here a good bit now.
Yeah,
he's got to be in his 5th or 6th year in the NFL, and he's just never good enough to stick around. Yeah, he's 26 years old. He's in. I think he's in his. He's got to be in his like 5th or he's got to be in his 4th or 5th season. Like I just don't. I don't get it, man. I don't know what to think about him. He's been around for a while. Every year we're like, oh, is he going to continue to make the practice squad? I'm like, oh yeah, special teams, but he doesn't even play special teams. He's just tall.
He's just tall.
He's just tall.
He's got brick hands.
He's like 6'3", 6'4", 210, 215 pounds. That he either needs to put on 30 pounds and play tight end, or he needs to go somewhere else.
6'4", 215.
He runs like a Dodge minivan, slow as fuck, and he's got brick hands. He don't break nobody wide open. He's the one you got to scheme open.
Just his 2nd season.
Second?
No way. No way.
I don't know.
I feel like I've been dealing with the cancer cell that is Elijah Cooks for at least 5 years.
I don't know. I say maybe third or 4th, but I thought it was,
it says he was not drafted in 2023, and we signed him in free agency.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's ass. We feel like we're fucking suffering, and he just got here.
So, with that being said, put him out there too. Let's find out.
No, I don't need to find out about him. I know.
6'4", 250. Well,
we have put him out there. We put him out there, and all he's done.
Hey, look, you got 3 games left, right? 4 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be known. Look, this is your last chance. It's time to put up a shut up.
Trevor's out here like, I don't care if they get hurt. Nah, don't put him out there. Like, just let him fucking play.
Now, who I get upset when they put him out there with the offense is Tim Jones. Because you know Tim, man.
It's like, buddy,
Tim Jones.
Just block or put my fries in the bag. That's your only choices.
That's it, man. Because I'm like, not Tim Jones. Please, not Tim Jones. So yeah. Because he let him stay on special teams. Because that's where he excels at. That's how he makes the team every year. On special teams. Which is cool for Cocoa Puffs. But yeah. So I don't know. I'm with you, Trevor, on put them out there and let them play. But I see the thing about wanting them to win. I'm scared that if they do win, they may say, "Oh, okay, we came along, we got it together at the end of the year. Let's go with this group one more time, coaching staff and GM one more time." See, I'm scared of that part. I'm
gonna quit.
So I see your point of just lose, but as a fan, you really don't want to.
I don't know. I'm a realist, so I want to.
Or say lose, but don't lose embarrassingly. Don't pull a Detroit or
no.
Buffalo.
I'm gonna be honest. No, fuck that. That's exactly what needs to happen. It's what needs to happen. I don't ever like seeing a loss, but that's exactly what needs to happen. We need anything that certifiably guarantees these motherfuckers are gone.
Look, if the Detroit game didn't certify it, I don't know what will then. Because that was a total embarrassment. It really
I think the fact that we got blown out twice this year should be.
Yeah.
Buffalo put belt to ass on us also.
That is true. Yeah. But that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, defensively, we already said who was who and what we need to do. I think that the defense right now has a little bit more pride than the offense. They really do. I hate that they brought old boy in and he's going to lose his job after a year, but that's the way it works, man. That's the way it works. Because your system is not good for our personnel. I don't care how much Doug stand up there talking about, it has rested some of our players. No. That defense we running right now is crap. That hockey rotation, no, it's no good. No good. On third down and passing, and you got both Josh and Trayvon sitting on the bench on the sideline. That makes no sense. You got Armstead
and Tyson Campbell.
Yeah, you got Armstead and Abdullah on the ends. Really? You expect some pressure out of that, right?
You got Ronald Darby on Justin Jefferson.
I mean, prime example was that play last week. Well, Mayo missed that receiver right there on the goal line. That I mean, really.
Good quarterbacks don't miss those. Right.
So, good defenses don't allow that to happen either.
Oh, I know we're not a good defense. That's the
problem. So especially right down the goal line, that's the first thing you want to cover. Make him throw it. But even Mayo felt that's what should have been going on. That's why he threw it to the guy behind him. But so I don't know. We at this point, it's like we're in a very peculiar situation where you should lose, but we don't want to lose that bad, and maybe squeeze one or two games. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't want to lose to none of our division. I really don't. Any from here on, I don't want to lose to any of them. I don't. I don't want to lose to the Raiders because the Raiders suck even worse than we are. They don't even have a damn quarterback.
I don't really care. I will take losing to the Colts and the Titans if we beat the Raiders, only because more people are going to talk shit about Gardner Minshew over Trevor Lawrence. Even though he's not playing, even though neither one is playing, people are going to bring that up. And I don't have the bandwidth or the mental capacity to stay in these Jaguars groups anymore and listen to so much bullshit every day and read it. And I got to see notifications. And I'm like, maybe somebody with some fucking sense posted today. Nope.
Nope, more brain rot.
Yep. Fucking idiots. I shouldn't even said that. Now I'm mad. I'm done.
Yeah.
Good night, gentlemen. Duval.
I'm telling you, man. I was so excited for this year.
But
I was gonna coin the phrase.
I mean, how
the
Gardner is out? Look,
with how big
Gardner is out for the season anyway.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, even though Trevor and Gardner are both out, like they would still say it for some reason. They would just have like the all right. I'm good. Next year, maybe we get a coordinator in here with some sense, and we can actually have the Duval like I thought we would with those big ass defensive linemen we got. But we're just gonna,
So who would be a good coordinator? I guess that depends on the head coach, huh?
Depends on the head coach. It does.
What about Eric Bieniemy?
No,
he's offense coordinator though.
No,
talking about for head coach.
No, I'm talking about for offense coordinator.
It can't be Eric Bieniemy, and here's why. Listen, Eric Bieniemy has been on a steady decline since he left Kansas City, and it has to make you wonder: was it Andy Reid or was it Eric Bieniemy?
I don't think there's any question.
And I was just about to say there's no real question there because you've noticed Eric Bieniemy's been run off from every fucking where else he's went.
That's my point.
Reid and they look exactly the same.
And Andy Reid and them are just as good.
I'm not naive enough to say that. Now I'm just saying I'd be willing to kick the tires on Byron Leftwich and give him a shot and let him bring in whoever he wants to for GM if we get rid of Balky. Because I'm with that. I'm tired of the Balky experience. Byron Leftwich he's a legacy player. No, he didn't retire from us, but like he played for Jacksonville. Yes. We drafted him. Like he wanted to be here, but he wanted Balky gone. Like if we clean house, fuck it. Let him come in. If we do clean house, hire the coach first. Don't hire the GM, hire the coach.
Right.
And let the coach bring in whoever they want as the GM.
Some say you do the GM first and let the GM bring the coach in that he wants.
Yeah, you say that, and then we get 32 years of Duval.
Yeah.
Right. Or 29 years, 30, whatever it is. We're in the 30th season, whatever it is. Like, I get it. I'm tired of this experiment. We got it's too much. Especially like if it's Ben Johnson. If Ben Johnson is interested in coming here, whether he turns out to be a bust or not, you give that man every dime, every decision, anything he wants. If he wants to be the GM too, you let that motherfucker do whatever he wants. And if if a season goes by and he's not doing shit right, you put somebody in there. But like, I'm just saying, if he wants to come here, give him whatever the fuck he wants.
Absolutely. I mean,
he's got Trevor Lawrence. He's got BTJ. He's got the young defensive players. They got some young guys on offense.
Well, his biggest thing is he wants an organization that's willing to recognize the mistakes and show willingness to fix them.
Yep.
Which is outstanding.
Because that's
the first thing you have to do.
He's not in a rush to leave. He's not in a rush to leave Detroit.
I would. Would you often say, do you blame him?
Yeah. Fuck no, I don't. But I'm just saying that just shows you that he's not exactly like hungry for a head coach job. It just, if the right position comes, he'll take it. But that's what's scary is because like it'd be better if he was just like jumping at the bit to be a head coach. We could maybe fast talk him a little bit.
Well, you just wonder though, some of those guys that get a little too desperate, maybe they know, maybe they have some sort of inkling that they might not be the best candidate. And they just want to get it like as fast as they can. But that's a talk for another time. I think we're kind of done on this one.
Well, hopefully the powers that be above are doing a little research as already, and not going to wait till the end of the season. Hey, here was a good game tonight, man. The Rams beat this 49ers 12-6. That was Thursday night football. Yay!
We got that last Sunday with Jags. Fucking, we got 10-6.
And you know what? And that's another thing. Isn't it amazing how down to earth Brock Purdy looks now that he doesn't have all them weapons around him any longer?
Can we get a Kyle Shanahan firing and hire him in Jacksonville?
So yeah.
You gotta wonder, are the 49ers okay with this organization, okay with what's been going on? Maybe we just bring in Kyle Shanahan, bring him in.
Yeah, well, no.
I'm not trying to get there and never cross the finish line.
Yeah, no.
If you're if you're any team besides the Chiefs in the AFC, you're already going to be in that situation anyway. So, flag on the play. Patrick Mahomes must win.
But flag on the play. Personal foul. Not enough glaze.
Y'all got any final thoughts on this one?
Duval, baby.
Yeah,
that's it.
No matter how much we complain, still gonna be Duval till I die. Duval, yes sir.
Duval. We out.